the OMG hour.
Welcome everybody to episode number 324 of the OMG Hour, and this week we've decided we are going to be your outwardly macro gainers, and of course I am Sean Evans, otherwise known as Zion-Tane.
And I am Tico, Mr. Second Place, also known as...
Apparently, yes.
I have a little bit of a cough. I'm doing my best to not cough directly into the microphone.
Just as we were about to start the show, you had to... I'm like,
okay, the countdown.
Yeah, we're going to
3,
start.
2, 1, and then I cough.
Yeah, exactly.
So
good timing. Good timing. So we got some fun stuff to talk about, and I'm really excited to get to later in the show because huge announcements today. This has been a great week for like television movie announcements. So we're gonna save that to the end.
Entertainment.
So we realized, Tico, that the week before PAX, you and we've talked about Betrayal Legacy that we were playing with some friends.
Yes.
And we played over the course of, I think, 4 months. It took us, I think.
Yeah.
And
five, I think. It was 5 sessions.
Oh, November. Was it November we started? Yeah. So 5 months. And the week before we left for PAX East, we finished the campaign for Betrayal Legacy.
We did.
And it was awesome. It was actually, it is the best Legacy game I have played yet. Like, seriously good.
Yeah, you know? It did something like it's like a really good campaign. Like it's a unfolding story.
Yeah,
and it does a great job of that. Like, I've played other Legacy things like Pandemic, and I just don't find that it's like I don't care what happened last time on this. Whereas this one here, I'm like, okay, let's remember what we did last time.
Right.
Who were we trying to go after?
Yeah.
How many times did I betray the group?
Because actually, when it came to the final mission, a lot of the stuff you'd done in the past mattered.
Yes.
Right? It like, actually affected the last campaign.
Yeah, it's like, if you guys did this, then add this thing. Like,
right, exactly.
We should have done that. Like,
right?
The whole time.
Yeah, it was fantastic, really well done. And when you're done with it, you are left with a customized mansion to play your standard Betrayal at House on the Hill campaign or game session, not campaign. But now what's cool about it is we had a couple of... We're kind of, I don't know if you'd call it gaming the system, but we've got our own little house rule, because during the campaign, there are items you can get that if you use them X number of times, they eventually upgrade. But when you're done the game, basically it tells you, whatever cards you haven't used in the campaign, throw them away.
Yeah.
But we looked at them like, well, you know what? This is an upgrade to this weapon. So what's to say that...
It looks so cool.
Oh, it is amazing. So what we've done is our own house rule was those cards are still in the box for when those items actually happen. So the legacy portion of some cards we're actually going to keep. And when we play this game in free play, when it's time to actually upgrade those cards, we're going to still do it.
So let me say this. As we were playing through, and with those particular items, and you have that, and it's like, okay, yeah, if you do this, and, X number of times, if you use this X number of times, and then I'm sitting here like, I don't want to break this item. I'm thinking this is going to be, because it's a legacy game, like, if I do this the third time, we're going to be tearing up this card, and I'm going to be responsible having lost this really cool pitchfork or whatever it is. And I'm like, I don't want to be the reason for that.
Yeah. So,
and then after the game, seeing what could have happened, it's like when you do that showcase showdown. It's like, now let's see what you could have won,
and it's the better thing.
It's like a new car.
That's right. But I am, as a fan of the legacy style tabletop games, Betrayal Legacy is absolutely fantastic.
I will say the ending, the revelation at the end, which we obviously aren't going to give spoilers. Which sucks,
but that revelation was cool.
The revelation at the end of that, so well done. Such a brilliant ending to a legacy, type game. And again, it allows you to continue on, but just such a oh my God moment.
Right? And we didn't even see it coming.
No.
We didn't even realize... honestly, I guess you could have kind of read into it earlier had you put 2 and 2 together, but it's one of those things where why would you put those particular 2 and 2 together?
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, no, you're right. That revelation at the end, and it's not really hinging on the story itself. It's just how they end the story was like, wow, I did not see that coming. That was cool.
Yeah, and it's a fun bit. So if you're playing it, awesome. Look forward to the end. It is a fun game. It's almost disappointing that we finished that. I would like season 2 Legacy, season 2 of Betrayal. So whoever is in charge of making that happen, get to work.
Right? Seriously. Smaller game. We're not going to talk too much about it because we do plan to do a review of it and an actual Let's Play for this. A new card game we picked up down at PAX East that you were quite interested in because it's actually Canadian. It's a Canadian-based game.
Canadian-based, Canadian-made game called Newfoundland Jam. It is, I'm pointing in the right direction. Right, I can point right to it like that.
There it is.
Sitting there on there. It is an interesting fun little card game. We played 2 matches head to head. We've actually tied, so we will have our grudge match.
That's right.
To this. So you are drawing ingredients in order to make special types of jam or canned mousse.
Canned mousse, because that's
mousse.
Real, authentic Canadian canned mousse.
Yeah, and so you need to draw enough cards that you can sort of put these things together. So you're drawing jars and dingle hoppers and like weird things, and then ingredients to build your jam. And
it's
so once
kind
you
of
get
like a rummy. You're building sets of cards to.
So it reminded me a lot of Ticket to Ride, where you're drawing like I need like 4. I have my paths, which are your recipes that you have to get to, and I'm drawing like I need like 6 blue trains in order to do this, and you're trying to draw those. So there's a mechanic where you can exchange one of your cards with a card from the market,
from the pantry.
Yeah. And you can just do that. But that also gives information to your opponent as to what you're going after. You can draw 2 cards off the top of the deck blind.
Yeah.
So and it's and every time around you're was it expiring? I can't remember what. You're clearing a piece out of the market to refreshing the market with a new piece every time. I had a lot of fun playing that.
It was a fun game. I'm looking forward to doing our Let's Play.
I can say it's my favorite jam-based board game of all time.
Absolutely. I am hooked.
I'm waiting for a Legacy edition of this.
And I'm looking for the sequel, which is peanut butter. All different kinds of peanut butter. And then you can mash them together, of course, to make PB&J sandwiches.
Well, this is the deluxe edition, so you do get those extra 35 cards.
That's right.
Which,
so that is Newfoundland Jam, and that's by the same creators as Drinking Quest, which is sort of an odd, subset of games for them.
It is. It's weird. You've got this like wholesome jam making game on one side, and then
Drinking Quest,
drinking RPG. We are going to be doing some playthroughs of both of those.
Yeah. Maybe in the same session. Who knows?
Yeah, so I say we can do the jam one first, and we will.
No, I was thinking maybe we do Drinking Quest first and then move. That would be a really entertaining Newfoundland Jam.
Yeah, I mean, you're like, I'm just gonna dunk this sandwich into the whiskey.
Right. All right, video games.
So we play those too.
We do play those as well. Also, in addition to. This week, of course, we saw the release of Dangerous Driving, which we spoke about. We saw at PAX East, and we really enjoyed. This is by Alex Ward and his team at Three Fields Entertainment. Of course, they created Dangerous Golf, Danger Zone, I think 1 and 2. Danger
Zone 1 and 2, Dangerous Golf, and then there's another one in there.
Wrecking Zone.
That could be.
And this is their 5th game. Of course, all of those games were leading up to this. Dangerous Driving, which is a spiritual successor to Burnout 3.
Yes.
It is essentially... it's the Burnout everyone loves.
Yeah.
And it plays well. It drives well. It drives really... it's sensitive. It gets really, I find it really sensitive, really easy to just turn into the side of the road. You know.
Well, and here's like there's a lot. The couple of issues I have with it. I'm enjoying this. I'm a big fan of these games, and I actually am enjoying this. But the view, you can't change your view. Like I would love to change it like a cockpit view.
I was pretty sure I did that at PAX, so I'm pretty sure you can.
Oh, okay. I have not been able to figure out how to do that yet, because the angle that you're seeing, you do not have a lot of foresight as to what's coming at you.
It could be the Y button or the triangle button on PS4.
I will try that, because so far like I'm just finding like stuff comes up really quickly because you're driving and racing and cars are coming in the opposite direction. If you hit them, you obviously crash. Yeah. Even if they're going in the same direction as you hit them, you're going to crash, and you don't get to see the turns as often as you'd like, as like, to be able to react to the turn. So it is a lot of, like you're saying, like you're like, oh crap, a turn, and you're trying to make it and smashing into the side.
You really have to perfect the drifts as well to get through them. You know, what I love is the nitro will last a long time if you just hold it down, and as long as you can continue to build nitro while using it, you can essentially nitro an entire track. Yeah,
if you're in the oncoming lane, you're building nitro the entire time.
The whole time.
So my
oncoming lane plus drifts.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. My favorite mode is by far the road rage. I have done that many times. I've gone through and done that. Like the regular races, I do okay at. The road rage, I'm fantastic at.
Yeah. Now, so the game's great. I think it's built really well. It looks great. I love the sun, like the horizon, the God rays coming through things. The game plays really great. But what I'm finding, Tico, is I'm not captivated by the game for more than one or two races, and then I feel like I'm done for today. You know what I mean? Like I don't find it's exhilarating to play, but also so exhilarating or so intense that I'm not really ready. Yeah, I'm not really ready to play another race now. And it's kind of weird that way for me.
So one of the things that the previous games have had, particularly like Paradise and stuff like that, is when you win a race, you earn progression in the game. Like you're going to unlock more cars and stuff like that as you're going along. Because there's less progression, you're just unlocking the different modes as you win races. It does not. You're not getting that same sense of accomplishment.
That's true.
In progression, and I think that might be why you play a couple of matches. You're not really seeing the progression.
You're also forced. You're kind of forced into the next kind of race, whether you want it or not. You know,
right?
Like you can't just. Sure, you could play the first track over and over and over again, but you can't really open up any other tracks. You have to go through that set of, here's this kind of race, and now let's do this kind of race, and then do this elimination race, and then you have to do all those races in a row, whether you want that mode or not.
Yeah.
I'm
if
not
you're bad at those.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're terrible at those, you're going to have trouble advancing your career.
Yeah. So, I mean, for what it is, it was released at a budget price point.
So it's a really well done budget title.
Yeah. It makes me sort of hearken for, like, you know, the stuff that we would have wanted in this sort of game, like the progression system and, you know, being able to choose your race type and stuff, that sort of thing.
Well, you know what? I am actually hopeful for the future of Three Fields Entertainment and what they're planning next. Excuse me. I don't know what they're planning. Obviously, we spoke to Alex Ward at PAX, but he didn't talk specifically about anything beyond this game. But this is the game they've been working towards since he left Criterion and started Three Fields Entertainment. And you can see the progress, you know, between Dangerous Golf, Wrecking Zone, Danger Zone, all leading up to this. And all I can think of is, if this is what you're leading up to, I'm excited for what you're moving on to next. Like this, like if this was also just the fifth stepping stone to their next game, they're well on their way to creating that, you know, that Burnout Paradise perfection again. You know what I mean? But yeah, and it's a great game. If you loved Burnout 3, it's not open world. It is literally just track based. But if that's what you love the takedowns and that kind of driving, absolutely pick this game up. It's well worth it. Really well done, and it feels like you're driving fast. Like,
Yeah,
it is so fast.
Yeah, there's times where like you miss a turn and you feel like there's no, like, most of these games you miss a turn a little bit, you feel okay, I can brake and I can sort of adjust for that. If you misread an angle or a turn, or I mean, you're just gonna crash and just wait for the reset basically.
Oh yeah, you're gonna crash, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Another game I've been playing this week that I'm actually really enjoying, a lot less stressful than Dangerous Driving. This is a game called My Time at Portia. And I best describe My Time at Portia as an Animal Crossing meets Harvest Moon meets Yonder. It's that kind of life sim, but it is a life sim where you essentially are a workshop owner. So you're taking on jobs and missions where you need to craft things. But in order to craft things, you start with nothing. You end up on this island of Portia, and you take over your father's old workshop. And there's pretty much nothing left. It's a little bit run down inside, so you need to fix it by gathering wood. But you also have to build all of the workbenches and tools that you need in order to build things. So, and you basically start with just a workbench where you can basically make your basic, your pickaxe, your axe, and things like that, fishing rod. But then you need to build other things like cutters and grinders and furnaces, and then upgrade those items to make even better parts. So it turns crafting into like missions that you're trying to accomplish, but it's really laid back. Now there is combat in this game. There's ruins and caves you can dive into that give you, like, because you need to get things like copper and like sand and all that. You need to get that from ruins, and so you can go in, and there's going to be monsters in some of the ruins that you're going to have to fight. So you're going to have to build swords and stuff. So there's a little bit of action going on later on, but as a fan of things like Animal Crossing, which like I've been a huge fan of since day one. Looking forward to whatever Nintendo brings for Animal Crossing this year on the Switch. Now, I've been playing this game on the PS4, but I am not kidding when I tell you that I am extremely tempted to just buy it on the Switch, because this feels like it is the perfect relaxing game on the Switch. The kind of game where you kind of like, I just want to take this with me. If you're riding on the bus or you're going on vacation or whatever, this is like that time killer. Relaxed, down-to-earth kind of time killer where, like, I'll sit down and I'll play this for 2 hours, and it's like, where did those 2 hours go? Because you're walking around, you're chopping down trees, you're gathering items, you're looking at the recipes. I'm like, okay, what do I need? Oh, I need that. But in order to build that, I need this grinder. Well, what do I need for the grinder? Well, for the grinder, I need bricks. Well, what do I need for bricks, right? It's like, It's like this huge long list. In order to get this, I need this. In order to get that, I need these things. In order to make those things, I need these items. And it is literally like I said, a Yonder or an Animal Crossing with missions, with purpose. You're not just off doing whatever you want. You actually, you have goals in mind. So yes, all you're doing is crafting things, but you are crafting things for these missions you've been given or for quests you've been giving. And it's really, really fun. I'm really enjoying this game. Very cute, very artsy. Like it is, it's for everybody. This is a game anybody could play.
Yeah, it looks very like Yonder, like an Animal Crossing type of art style.
Absolutely. Well, even more than Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing is like probably one of the simplest things because they're all little cutesy animals, right?
Yeah.
These are not. But yeah, this has a very much like a Yonder. I am, wow. I don't know what more to say of My Time with Portia, but it's fantastic, and I am really, really enjoying this game. But I do feel like I just want to play this on the Switch. I want to take this to work with me and play it at lunch, that kind of thing, Yeah, totally. If you like that, Harvest Moon, Yonder, those kind of games, even like Minecraft. If you're into Minecraft, I mean, this isn't building houses and stuff, but
maybe you have to do that later.
Who knows?
You don't know.
Maybe. You know, like recently I got a letter in the mail saying, hey, we need help rebuilding our fence. Can you come and help us? Right? So you're like, okay, well, what items do I need? Okay, well, I'm going to have to cut down some trees, and then I'm going to have to create the grinder or the cutter so I can make the planks, you know. And it's so cool. It's fun. But it's also a game you're going to want to, like, write things down so that you're like, if I need to make this, I need to get all of these things first. You know, these tools, these items, these raw materials, in order to make that one little thing. And that's what's fascinating about it. Just the I don't know. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but it's a lot of fun. I am actually really enjoying this, no matter, like, regardless of how cute and cuddly, I guess you could call the game. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, you understand what I'm talking about. You play Kitty Powers.
Yeah. I mean, there's games sometimes where the visuals of a game are a barrier to entry for people, like, you know, who are used to playing, like, your Dark Souls and stuff like that. Like, you know, they look at this as, oh no, this is too cutesy, this is for little kids, but that's not the case. It's a chosen art style.
Yeah, and it's really well done. You create your character at the beginning, so of course I had to create a female, redhead female, because, you know, that's who I live with every day. That's my family.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, seriously, wonderful, wonderful game, my time at Portia. I highly, highly recommend it. So check it out.
Okay.
I played Stories Path of Destinies, so just a quick update. So I did have it in my PlayStation Plus catalog.
Yes, I was off by 2 years, apparently.
December 2016.
I had the right month. I had the right month, but I was off by 2 years on my expectations.
So it released just over 2 years ago on PS. At least, well, I don't even know. I think it released even earlier in the year in 2016. So it's even 3 years old. But it was a PlayStation Plus title in December. I did have it in my library, so I downloaded it, started playing it. I can confirm it is a fun game. Although, Tico, I find it not terribly difficult in any way.
No. By no means is it difficult. I never said difficult.
No,
I said fun.
It is fun. It is fun, absolutely. I enjoyed it. I played through an entire, I guess you could call it one whole story until you get to the end where you reveal one of the truths.
The truths.
Right?
The truths,
I revealed one truth, and then it jumps me right back, and it adds, not like you had two decisions to start with. So you're thinking, okay, well, maybe I can take the next decision. No, it adds a third decision now. Right. Yeah. So you've got your original decision, the one you didn't do, and another one. I was like, oh my gosh, there's so many paths in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can confirm. Fun game. If you have it in your PlayStation Plus library, download it, give it a try. It's definitely fun. You have issues with Borderlands. Tell us about this.
Yeah, so I've been playing Borderlands, and I'm not sure if this is my Xbox or if it's the game, but I'm noticing it's the same type of content that's doing this. So I'm having the shutdown issue, the overheating shutdown issue when I'm playing Borderlands.
Wow, really?
And it is whenever I get swarmed with the spider ants. If I get more than 3 of those things attack me at once, my game, it's just shutting down the whole thing. So I'm thinking to myself, this can't be my game, because I'm able to play everything else, no problem. But as soon as that particular scenario happens, it shuts down, and it's becoming increasingly irritating because
that's because, you know, that your Xbox knows that I bought the game on Xbox so that you and I could play it together.
And as soon as you say, "Hey, let's play," I'm good to go.
And you have never invited me to play, and you're always busy when I invite you. So your Xbox is rebelling. That's what I think's happening.
So here's what's going to happen. You tell me when you can play.
Every night.
Okay.
At 10 p.m.
Okay, but make it 9. Make it 9, because that is the time I have half an hour that I spend with my wife watching TV. And if I tell her that I can't watch TV with her, she gets all sad and thinks that I don't want to spend time with her. And if I tell her I'd rather spend time with you, she's going to be upset with me.
I will not be allowed around again.
No, she'll be like, no, Sean is stealing my time, so it's not going to happen. So 9 o'clock is fine, because she goes to tuck Leah in at like 7:30, and she always falls asleep and then like wakes up at like 10. So like I have like an hour at that point.
Oh, okay. Oh, so but at 10 you still have to go. That's what
I'll
you're
have
saying.
to go for like half an hour. Yeah.
Okay.
Or, I mean, you could quit your job and be unemployed like me and play during the day.
That isn't really
just-
an option. Anyway,
I'm just putting that out there for you.
before we move on, I want to talk about Xbox Game Pass once more.
I've heard of this. I enjoy this.
I think you have. But here's what's awesome about this. This is getting so many new games. So they just announced this week, they're getting Monster Hunter World, Tico. What?
Yes.
Monster Hunter World. They're getting Prey. Life is Strange Season 2.
So Prey is already in there.
Oh, it's there now. Okay.
It's there right now.
The Walking Dead. What chapter is that? And the last one, or no, the previous one?
Yeah, I mean,
Walking Dead: A New Frontier.
That's the previous one. I think I can't remember.
And they're getting Resident Evil 5 as well as the Golf Club 2. That is pretty epic, honestly. Like it started out, I believe, with just Xbox titles, wasn't it? Just Microsoft titles.
Some first-party stuff. There were a few third-party titles that sort of bounced back and forth. But they are getting things, and these things obviously they're not in here permanently, as most of these titles do find their way in and out. Yeah. But they're there for a while. So if these are games that you are interested in,
well, I've had Monster Hunter World in my wish list on PlayStation. Since it launched, I just I'm kind of waiting for it to drop, but it has never dropped. It's still full price.
Well, do you have Game Pass?
I do not have Game Pass.
So here's another great thing about Game Pass right now. They have their spring sale on right now. And
it's
if you sign
$1
up for 3 months. So $3 will get you 3 months of Game Pass.
Is it 3 months? Every time I click on it, it says 1 month.
There's a thing now if you click on it now, because I think it just started like today.
Wow. 3 months for $1.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Well, it's $3 for $1 each, so $3.
See, now you just increased it. I don't know if I can afford that.
I tripled the price. You know what?
Wow.
You're right. You should probably hold off.
Yeah. I'm going to wait till it's $1 for a year.
I would suggest maybe doing that. Yes.
Okay.
Good
All right.
plan.
Let's move on to our brand new segment, the Super Geek Fight. So, Tico, this week you are going to choose a location and a fight modifier.
Yes. Now, what order are we doing?
Okay, let's pick our fighters first. So I'm just going to give my deck.
That's the white deck.
The white deck. I'm going to give the white deck a little shuffle.
Yeah.
And
I'm also shuffling mine.
Make sure I don't get Bill Nye again.
The science guy.
Yeah.
He did not do well against Neo.
No, he did not. All right. So this week, I have chosen. Oh my gosh. Seriously.
Bill Nye's brother.
No. Well. Let's be real here. It's Neil deGrasse Tyson. How is this happening right now?
All right. Well, I've drawn mine. And I have drawn.
You've drawn a Minotaur.
Minotaur.
A Minotaur against Neil deGrasse Tyson. Like, why am I getting the real world scientists here? Can't I get something that's actually geek related here? Come on.
Yeah. All right. We are now onto the black deck, which is our personal modifier that we are drawing for ourselves.
Yeah, let's give this a little shuffle here.
Hopefully you get something good.
I don't know. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Oh, why? Neil deGrasse Tyson, Tico, is wearing a red shirt. He's wearing a red shirt, Tico.
All right.
This does not bode well.
Well, my Minotaur is armed with a whip made of fire.
Wow. I think I should just concede right now. I mean, come on.
Listen. You never know. I have to draw a card to which may actually be a benefit to you now.
I'm gonna give you the benefit of. No, that was. Oh, okay, I'm giving it to you. Has 4 evil robot tentacles attached to their back.
All right.
I mean, what?
He's you never know.
That's what I drew last week.
All right. Well, you're armed with a sword twice your height.
Okay, so it's Cloud's sword.
Yeah. And of course Neil deGrasse Tyson, can wield that.
Right?
No problem.
I mean, all right. Tico, where are we fighting?
We are fighting. That's the blues. The blues. I'm just giving a quick shuffle too and drawing at random. We are fighting an old rope bridge over lava.
An old rope. Oh, really?
Yes. Like so Indiana Jones thing over the crocodiles, but lava instead.
Interesting. Interesting indeed.
Yes. Good luck holding that sword steady on a swaying rope bridge.
Well, okay. All right. All right. And what is our fight modifier?
Our fight modifier is, well, this will help you actually.
Will it? All fighters. Oh, armed with chainsaws.
Yes. So that's exactly what you want, is a bunch of fire and sharp objects around a rope bridge over lava.
With a chainsaw. So I've got a double height sword as well as a chainsaw. I am like,
yes.
I am Neil deGrasse Tyson with his best red shirt on.
Yeah.
Dual wielding. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to back it up right to the beginning of the bridge, and I'm just going to chop it down, and you're dead. I'm chopping it. No, see, you have a whip.
I have a whip made out of fire, which, and the chainsaw.
And the chainsaw, yes.
But I have the Doc Ock arms, which are going to allow me to hold on to both my weapons with my hands, plus hold on to any part of the bridge as it's falling too.
Yes, but if it's... Listen,
and here's the thing.
You're going to be on the other side of the ravine by the time that happens.
All right, but you've seen Lord of the Rings as the Balrog goes down with the fire whip. Gandalf thinks he's all good and the thing wraps around his ankle.
You're going to wrap around my ankle on your way
down? With the fire whip, and it's yanking you down too. So now we're both falling.
Now, and I'm just going to plunge the sword into your heart as I land on top of you.
You're not going to land on top of me.
Absolutely.
No, because he's using his arms now to brace himself against the sides of the wall as it's
right.
coming down.
So you're splayed out, and I'm just going to come down with
it's both, a chainsaw deflect
with both a sword and a chainsaw.
You're not going to be able to hold that as you're falling. This is Neil deGrasse Tyson. He is not a buff individual.
Listen,
he's very smart.
Listen,
but
if you've pulled me down, we're both hitting the lava at the end. And I'm going to surf you.
It depends on how deep this lava is. Listen, it doesn't indicate the depth of lava. I mean, I could just put those adamantium arms.
I'm going to surf you to safety.
No,
you pulled me down on top of you.
And I'm chainsawing you up as you are near me. No. This is a whole. I've gored you with my horns.
I'm surfing you to safety.
You cannot surf somebody. Okay,
I did.
If you have definitive proof that Neil deGrasse Tyson knows how to surf, I will give it to you. But unless you have that, unless you have a picture of him surfing that you can share, I don't think so.
A challenge accepted.
So Sean will win this if somebody can provide me a picture
of Neil deGrasse Tyson surfing.
Otherwise, he's 0-2.
Excellent. Good. That is the challenge. Challenge accepted. Let's move on to television and movies.
We watched that stuff too.
So you talked about Love, Death, and Robots last week.
Yes, I had watched a couple episodes, and I said, hey, you should watch this show, and then you watched the show, and then realized that I didn't have all of the episodes to watch, and so I watched more of the show.
And my gosh, Tico, that was such an amazing show.
It is so... The stories are so well. They're short stories.
Like every story is well done. Every one of them. Yeah. There's some great ones. There's some okay ones, but they're all well done. They all kind of have this little bit of a, not all of them. Some of them have this little bit of a twist at the end, but really clever twists that you don't ever see coming.
No, they are good.
It's really good.
It's good stuff. Like the writings and the graphics. What do you call that stuff?
The CGI, yeah.
The CGI is brilliant on some of these.
So the entire show, save one episode, is completely CGI. There are no real people in it at all. But there are several CGI episodes. I say CGI because there are actual cartoon ones as well. Traditional animation. Yeah. But the CGI ones, Tico, they look amazing. They look real.
Yeah, and
You know,
there's
the one on the
there's
spaceship, the one on the spaceship that gets caught like light years from home. Like,
Yes.
I was like, is this real or is it not? Because it looks
It's
amazing.
so well done. The one, and I can't remember the actress's name. The one where the spaceship Lucky 13.
Oh yes, from Orange is the New Black.
Yeah,
She was, yeah, looks
And-
just like her. Like, holy cow!
like you look like, and you have to take like, is some of this not CG? And you're like,
Right.
you have to like double take of how well done that is.
Like, you knew right away who it was
yeah,
as soon as you saw her. Like, what? Yeah, like, honestly, if you have not watched Love, Death, and Robots, it's on Netflix. Go watch it. It's 18 episodes. Some are 7 minutes long. Some are ranges from 17 to 18 minutes each episode. But there's nothing more than like 18 minutes.
yeah,
You know, and I found myself, honestly, I could not stop watching it. I watched it. It took me 2 nights to watch it. And I stayed up well past midnight one night. It was a work night. I could not stop. I'm like, okay, there's only 2 episodes left. I'm watching. It was like 12:30 by the time I went to bed because I couldn't stop watching. They were so good.
It was so well done. Same thing. I thought I'd watched the whole thing, and then realized. And you're telling me it's like, oh well, yeah, this one here, and I'm like,
I haven't seen that one.
I haven't seen that one yet, and so I realized that I was missing 6 episodes. So I went back in and watched those 6, and like, like all right away as well.
So there is one episode with Topher Grace that is actually a live action one with some CGI. And I was kind of thrown for a loop in that. It's like, wait a minute, it's not CGI.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I don't know. I was really impressed with it. Like just the story in the first one. That ending at the end of the first one.
Oh, that's what hooks you right off the bat. Like that is honestly my favorite one. That one and the Starship one. I can't remember the name of it. That one is one of my favorites as well.
Yeah, that one there was really, really good as well.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the entire series. There's a few like the animation was like really different and stuff like that.
There's one. I think the worst one is the Hitler one. You know, the alternative history thing.
Yeah, I mean, that was cute.
It was cute, but not really. I don't know.
It didn't do that much for me.
No,
I actually really liked the 3 robots one as well.
Gosh, 3 robots was great.
Like just the commentary between them, and it's like, you know, like it's just that the cat part was hilarious.
The reference to Exploding Kittens, the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, go watch that. And another show I'm going to say, if you have not watched it yet, it came out on Netflix 3 years ago. It's called The OA. I watched that. Another show I could not stop watching. I think I watched it in a weekend. Anyway, The OA Part 2 is out now, and it is by far even better than Season 1.
Give me an idea of what this show is about without spoiling it, because I've never seen it. I've heard about it, and in my head, I can't not think the OC whenever I see that. So I've avoided it because I don't want to watch like high school drama stuff. I know that's not what it is. But
no, the OA actually stands for the Original Angel. I'm not 100% sure where that name comes from, but it's about a character who shows up 7 years after disappearing. She used to be blind, and now she can see again. And it's her experience, what happened to her in those 7 years. She's relaying it to another group of people. It has to do with near-death experiences. Okay. And it is basically, she is trying to create the ability to travel through dimensions. And it's her quest to basically travel to another dimension. But really it's all about, well, is she telling the truth? Is she crazy? Is she mentally ill? It's really fantastic story. And then part 2 now kind of starts right where it left off, right? It literally starts where the first season ended and just runs. You know, right. The first episode is like, okay. Second episode, it really starts ramping up, and you're like, okay, I'm pretty hooked by that point. First episode, get through it, get into second episode, and things will start moving. But second season, just like bang, we're running right from scene 1.
Okay, and you've watched the entire part 2 now?
I'm 3 or 4 episodes in. It's an 8-episode season, so I'm about, I think, 3 episodes in. But wow, just fantastic! Like seriously.
I will give it a try. I've also been watching a show which is just started up called What We Do in the Shadows. It is based off of a movie that was out a few years back by, I can never pronounce the guy's name, the guy who directed Thor Ragnarok.
Waikiki Tahiti or something?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, something like that.
That guy. So the movie was directed by him. It's absolutely hilarious movie. Probably one of my favorite movies. It's a mockumentary movie about vampires called What We Do in the Shadows. They have made a TV series out of this movie with different characters, still in the same mockumentary style. It is pretty funny. It doesn't capture what the movie did so far. It's 3 episodes in. It's okay. It's not quite as funny as what the movie was.
Different cast or new cast?
It's completely different cast.
Okay. So the movie is its own thing. The TV show.
The movie is its own thing. So like they did the movie it's set in obviously the same universe and everything like that. So the movie was the documentary crew following the original vampires around. This is a second documentary crew following different vampires around.
Okay. So Taika Waititi is the
yes,
director.
that's what I said.
I know. We both said it.
Yeah, perfectly. Mm-hmm. Like we're fluent.
Like we totally never got it wrong.
New Zealandish.
Yeah.
So it's a fun show. It does not. I don't think it holds up to what the movie was.
But you don't need to see the movie to watch the show.
No, I absolutely don't. But if you have to choose between one of the two of them, watch the movie because the movie is brilliant. It's absolutely hilarious movie. Probably one of my favorite movies of some time.
Awesome. Yeah, you told me about it while we were down at PAX East, and I think Brian loves it as well. So
yeah, I think you saw the trailer.
I saw the trailer. I've heard so many people say, "Oh, What We Do in the Shadows is on TV now," and they're all excited. But it sounds like they're not really capturing the magic that the movie was.
It's fun, but it's not feeling the same as and I've watched the movie like 4 or 5 times, and
it's that good.
It is. Shannon absolutely loves it too. Like. There's a scene in there, like the first time Shannon ever watched it, she sat down. She's not a big vampire fan or anything like that. She sat down to watch, and she just like fell off the couch laughing.
Wow!
At this one, it was just like a quick little throwaway line, but it just hit her so hard, so she can't not like laugh. So like we've watched this movie a number of times already. Like,
I'm gonna have to watch it. I need to watch it then. But what kind of comedy is it? Like silly comedy? Like Dorothy probably wouldn't appreciate it.
It's not slapstick. I don't know. She might appreciate it. What is she like in comedy?
More natural humor. Like the kind of humor you'd get in the Marvel movies.
All right, so this is more like The Office as a documentary about vampires.
Then she would not like it.
Yeah, so it's more of that type of style of comedy.
But it's up my alley though.
Totally. Oh yeah, you were going to. Yes, you'll like this.
All right, I'm gonna have to put it on my watch list. And speaking of Marvel stuff, was lucky coincidence. Avengers Endgame apparently has pre-sales 5 times larger than Infinity War. In fact, it is outpacing the ticket sales of I think the previous 5 movies combined. Which is unbelievable.
It broke the website on day 1.
Yeah. Do you have your tickets?
I got my tickets. The Thursday 7:00 show.
No.
So I'm going to the first showing, and I will be immediately spoiling it for anybody who talks to me.
So our show the next day will have a complete spoiler cast?
100%. People who are waiting to see the late show in the theater are going to have it spoiled. I'm just going to...
And I'm seeing it Saturday, so I will already know what's going to happen.
I will call you each day and tell you exactly what's going to happen, just in case you've blocked some of it out.
I have read so many things leading up to this. I've seen every trailer. I love stuff like this. And I've been reading about it, and it's 3 hours long, 3 hours, 1 minute. It is the longest.
I can't sit for that long. 3 hours, fine. 3 hours, 1 minute, too much.
Too much. It's too long. I am told that this movie is so fast paced and so full of movie, essentially. The directors are saying there's no time for bathroom breaks.
Like, what else are you going to put in there? You said it's so full of movie. What are you going to slide in the middle? Like,
Cuts.
Yes, we've
a game. Here's a game.
Yes, here's a game in the middle. And
he
here's
says
a book for
it
you to
is
read.
so full. It is like there's so much going on That there are no convenient times for you to get up and go to the washroom for a break. It is going to be so fast-paced from start to end. I am so looking forward to this.
Smaller drink.
The actors are also saying you're going to be surprised at how they wrap this up, but also satisfied.
I better be satisfied.
Right? It's been 11 years now since this started?
23 movies, 22 movies?
This is the 22nd movie.
20 in this saga that we're about to see the end of.
I am so looking forward to this. I can't wait.
I'm excited. Leah has started watching the Marvel movies. So as she's 8, so she is just like, she's watched a few of them before. She's a big Captain America fan, so she's seen that one before. But she has just gotten into these movies and has been like, I want to watch Avengers, I want to watch Guardians, and we've started going through these movies with her, which is great. So I'm really excited for her to get to see these things as well.
What I find absolutely amazing about the MCU is when this started in 2008 with Iron Man.
Yeah.
My kids Arya was 10. My eldest was 10 years old when this started. So they were kind of oblivious to what any of this was.
Leah was -3.
But we've now all grown. My family has grown to go to every movie on opening weekend. We all go. This series has become a family event. Yeah. And it's just amazing to be able to enjoy and experience all of these movies with my kids, like from 8, 9, and 10 years old up to now 19, 20, and 21, and they're just as excited now about seeing them as I am.
Yeah.
It is such a wondrous thing, and it's not really something I'd ever thought of before. I mean, Star Wars is getting to that point now for me where they want to come experience Star Wars with me. It's gotten to the point where Arya wants to come to opening night with me now. Like, it used to be I would go to opening night for every Star Wars. Now she's like, I want to go with you. I want to be there for opening night with you.
It's now like these have turned into, and again, people like, there's a lot of movies where people say, I can wait the 2 or 3 months before it's on video on demand or whatever.
Yeah. And
so there's not that many movies now that are like, I have to see this in the theater.
Right.
It is for me, it's the Star Wars movies, the Marvel movies, and then those are the only ones I have to see. Like I like horror movies and stuff like that, and so I'll go to the occasional thing in the theater every once in a while with Shannon or something like that. But the ones that day one have to go see this, Marvel and Star Wars, and that's it.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, it's the same with us.
Yeah.
And while we're on the topic of Disney, of course, Disney Plus has now announced they are going to launch in November with the Disney Plus channel.
Yes.
They are going to have tons of content. It's going to be $7 a month in the U.S.
Yeah.
It's launching only in the U.S. to begin with, and then other territories later. But it's also it's going to launch with new shows.
Yes. Right? They announced a lot. Like, they basically reached through the screen and into my wallet
and just plucked it out.
And they're like, listen, I'm taking it, and you're going to be okay with me taking this. That's the mentality, because like, this is what we're giving you.
Right.
And like, they're listing off like all of these Marvel TV shows, Star Wars TV shows.
Well, it's going to launch with Mandarin, the Star Wars show. It's going to launch with the Mandarin.
Yeah. They announced another the Cassian
Andor. They announced that a while back. So there's going to be the Mandarin, the Mandalorian. It's going to launch with that. Then there's going to be a Cassian Andor movie. It's essentially a prequel to Rogue One. Yeah. So like early years of the Rebels
with the movie actors too. Like,
yes.
Alan Tudyk is reprising his role. Like they're getting.
Oh, is K2SO going to be in it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, like this is the thing. Like, they're getting the people. They announced a number of Marvel shows as well.
Yeah, well, they've announced all of the Marvel shows, except they did announce a new one this week with Hawkeye. There's going to be a limit. They're calling them all limited runs, which means it's going to be like 10 episodes and done. It's not going to be an ongoing series. So there's going to be a Scarlet Witch Vision. It's called WandaVision.
Yeah, that's a little
weird. Which is
However,
what?
However, that is one of her powers, is to be able to create a universe,
illusions,
illusion, a new like a new universe. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe WandaVision is going to be set like like her and Vision living in harmony because she's had a mental break now that he's
Who knows? Who knows? Now, keep in mind, all these MCU shows are going to be part of the MCU. They will be canon to the MCU. There's going to be a Loki show. There's going to be a Falcon and Winter Soldier show. And there's going to be a new Hawkeye show with Jeremy Renner. But he's training Kate Bishop, who is the next Hawkeye. And then there's speculation that Kate Bishop will actually be in Endgame. Like her character will be introduced in Endgame somehow. I don't know if that's true. But if they do, that's kind of cool because then there's consistency. He trains her as Hawkeye, and maybe he's leaving the MCU, but she's going to be the new Hawkeye in the future.
There's talk that he's going to become Ronin as well.
Well, I think he's Ronin in Endgame.
Yeah,
so that's cool. I'm up for anything more with Jeremy Renner in the MCU.
They're giving us tons. Where even there's. I mean, they're adding Frozen 2 is coming out on that when it releases same day as DVD. Plus a making of Frozen 2 documentary, some more Disney like Marvel, not Disney like the cartoon TV series coming. It's just a ton of stuff that they are giving.
Yeah. It looks so full. Like apparently the entire Disney library will be on it.
Yeah, there's like a Nat Geo.
Within the first year, the entire Disney library will be on that.
Which is Disney, Fox, everything that they own now, too.
Including The Simpsons.
The Simpsons, all 30 seasons on there.
And that's going to be their new streaming home.
Yeah. There's a Nat Geo show with Jeff Goldblum.
Yes. I can't remember what it was called. Something or other with Jeff Goldblum. Yeah. It's like, okay, that's cool. I'll watch that.
I will watch it. I hope he does it as the collector.
He's not
the collector.
He's not the collector. The Grandmaster.
As the Grandmaster. That would be great if he does a Natural Geographic show as the Grandmaster, and it's part of the Marvel MC.
The collector is Benicio del Toro, isn't he?
Yes, and he's dead now.
The collector is.
Yeah.
Not Benicio del Toro.
I don't know much about him. He may or may not be. I've not followed his career past that particular point.
He was DJ in The Last Jedi, so. Anyway, speaking of Star Wars, I did not intend to do that.
You keep segueing yourself.
I keep segueing myself unintentionally, but that's awesome. Star Wars Celebration started today down in Chicago, and it started at noon. They had the Star Wars panel at noon, live streaming it. So I sat and I watched it during my lunch break, which was awesome. And I'm going to tell you right now, of course, it was Stephen Colbert was talking with J.J. Abrams and Kathleen Kennedy, and then he brought out Anthony Daniels and R2-D2, and they talked to each of them. And then Tico, he brought out Billy D. Williams as Lando. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've said this before, Star Wars means an incredible amount to me. Right, I literally teared up as he walked in, seeing Lando again. And when he started talking, I'm like, "Holy crap! He still sounds like Lando."
Yeah, he still looks like Lando. I didn't see that that bit by any means, but I did see the trailer that they showed.
Yeah.
That you sent me you sent me like a text saying, oh my god, did you see it? I'm like,
so
I've been on the phone. What are you talking about?
So anyway, they went through. They had Daisy Ridley. They had John Boyega, Isaac. Sorry, my mind's gone. Isaac's Poe Dameron.
Yeah.
Hey, what's his name?
Oh, you got me. You blurred my brain now too. Oscar.
Thank you, Oscar Isaacs. And then they had the new Chewbacca, Eunice something or other. His name is. And they had Marie Tran was on it.
Yeah.
As Rose Tico, and it was great. They talked to each of them. Nobody would give away any spoilers, they're all like so tight-lipped, which is fine because I don't want spoilers. But then they ended with the first teaser trailer, but it was like a 2.5 minute trailer, which was so amazing.
Yeah.
And the visuals and just like I'm telling you, this is going to be absolutely incredible. I just feel it. Like, there's a couple scenes in it, in this trailer, that I can feel like this is J.J. Abrams telling Rian Johnson, I'm going to fix what you broke.
Yeah.
Because in The Last Jedi, Kylo Ren smashes his helmet to pieces. But in the trailer, it shows him welding it back together. It's like J.J. Abrams saying, I'm sorry, Rian Johnson, but I'm going to fix some of the things you broke.
We need the helmet.
Right? And then there's the very, very end is Palpatine's laugh.
Yeah.
What? And then Ian McDermott comes out on stage at the very end and says in Palpatine's voice to roll it again. And then they show the trailer again. What? Well, the Emperor is still alive?
There was like, not text, but like narration stating something along. I'd have to watch it again to get the exact. It's like not everything that you thought was
not everything is dead.
Once gone or something like that is not.
Not everything dies or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Or not everything is gone forever or something. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's.
I'd have to watch it to get the exact wording.
Yeah. But I am so excited. It starts out with Rey doing this amazing flip over top of a TIE interceptor.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I cannot wait to see this. All I can say, Tico, is like the Rogue One trailer with the TIE fighter that came right up in front of, what's her name? Why can't I think of her name right now?
You're not good at names.
No, apparently I'm not. Anyway. Sorry, I can't think of her name. Anyway, it wasn't in the movie. Right? And that was like one scene I was so looking forward to. Like, we've never seen a TIE fighter like in our face.
Yeah.
Right? But then they kept that out of the movie. That scene with the TIE interceptor and Rey flipping over it better not be cut out of the freaking film. That's all I'm saying.
We got the name of the movie now too.
Yes, Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
Yes.
So, like, speculation, what does that mean?
Are we going to find out that she is a Skywalker? Are we going to find out that, that Skywalker isn't dead after all at the end of the last one? Are we gonna find out that he has other kids? Are we going to what is it? Maybe that comment, not everything you thought was gone comment is about Skywalker instead of the Emperor.
Maybe.
And it's that the laughter was a misdirect.
Well, I don't know. With Ian McDermott coming out on screen, I think that's pretty much saying the Emperor's back. But in what form is he back? I don't know. Yeah. But I'm going to tell you, I am so stoked right now. I'm really excited. I am giddy. I had tears of joy, Tico. I'm not even kidding.
8 more months. You're fine. 8 more months. You can hold off.
8 more months. But we have Endgame. We've got new Spider-Man coming. We've got a lot of great movies. We've got Aladdin live action, Lion King live action. Those are all coming.
Lady and the Tramp live action was announced as part of the Disney Plus.
Sure. Yes.
It was.
I know it was.
You're not excited about Lady and the Tramp?
Listen, I am actually more excited about Little Mermaid. I am really fascinated with what a live action Little Mermaid would look like. I guess it would be kind of like Aquaman, but with mermaids.
Yeah, I mean it's
still
it's a lot of clam bras is what you're going to end up seeing.
I'm seriously, Little Mermaid is Aria's absolute favorite. When Aria was little, she would watch Little Mermaid every day. Like, this is before school started, before she was like 3, 4, 5 years old. She would watch Little Mermaid every day, multiple times. This is when it was on video cassette still. She'd finish it, she'd rewind it, she'd watch it again. And she'd finish it, she'd rewind it, she'd watch it again. I am not kidding. I took that tape and I had to put it away and tell her Ariel went on vacation. You can't watch her right now. Right? Yeah. I think, wasn't it like that for you for Frozen?
It has been like that for me for Frozen, Moana, Little Mermaid.
So you get it.
It's almost every single one of these she has gotten into. I'm going to watch this one again.
But you can't take the tape and put it away anymore.
I gotta move the controller until the Xbox is broken.
Right. Anyway, the Rise of Skywalker. I am absolutely stoked. Everyone knows how much Star Wars means to me, and just watching that whole panel was such a joy. And then seeing that trailer, oh, Tico, I can't say anymore. I'm done.
You done?
I'm
Just
done.
like that?
I'm done. There's
Okay.
nothing left to say. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
All right, let's just end the show then.
All right.
Let's be done. All right, fine. It's the end part. I'm gonna tell people they can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Second Place, and they can check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/OMGNexus, and they can like, subscribe, and comment there, and they can follow the show on Twitter at the OMG Hour.
That's a lot of things they can do.
That is.
You know what else they can do?
What else?
They can follow me everywhere as Ziantane, and that's XIANTAYNE. You know what else they should do?
What else should they do?
They should check out my friend's game on Kickstarter, Survival of the Fixest. Fixest. Go check it out. They are, I'd say, about a third, maybe a little more than a third into their campaign. There's about 20 days left. Go check it out. It's pretty awesome, actually. I'm looking forward to it. It's a fun party game.
All right.
And on that note, that has been episode number 324. We'll be back next week.
I guess.
This has been an OMGNexus.com production.